Oh. All right. Well, welcome to an unconventional episode of the $1,000 Garage. I would like to call it episode 4, but we're going to call this a side episode. So as punishment for cameraman Will hitting the Forester, again, violently and maliciously, causing tens of dollars of damage, I've decided to punish him by helping him install a coolant filter on his Cummins. What year is your Cummins?
It's a 2009.
2009 Cummins.
Last
right?
of
So
the
we're going to help
third
him
gen.
install this coolant filter on his 2009 Cummins so we can move it out of the way and work on the real important vehicle, which is my beautiful Forester. So apparently, this thing came with brackets. He was trying to explain to me that one of these brackets works, the other bracket doesn't, and it causes the lines to not fit and filter the coolant properly. So we're going to get this installed today. It looks like we've got some widgets on here. We've got some pumpulating. You can turn off the coolant if you want. Don't know why you would want to do that. Seems like you would instantly overheat your vehicle. Why are these here, Will?
So it's a bypass. So how the coolant filter works is it's not a complete filter. It siphons some coolant off, and the point of those is to cut off water while you change your filter, so that then you don't drain your coolant when you change your water filter.
That is smart. That is really smart. I like that. All right. So cool. And what's the brand name of this thing? What if people want to buy this?
It is called, I think, Syndicate.
Sinister.
Sinister. Apologies. Sinister Diesel.
It's
That's embarrassing.
run by a crime family.
Yeah.
Well, Sinister Diesel, caution hot, made in USA.
Bill aluminum,
Zoom in
I
here.
believe.
Zoom in here. Made in USA. We're gonna get this installed today so we can get to work on the Forester. Again, this isn't episode 4, but this is gonna be more of a how-to because you don't always have to work on your own car. You can learn stuff by helping people work on their stuff that you really don't understand. So, thanks for joining. Forester's scared right now because last time he did this, he hit my car. Look how much space he had. As the Forester cowers in the distance from its PTSD, we can take a look at the damage it did right back to the Cummins here. Look at that. It got her good. I'm impressed. All right. So one of the things I want to get better at doing is actually explaining how to fix stuff, because I'm good at cracking jokes, but I actually want you to accidentally learn something while you watch this channel, or if you have an old car of your own that you need to fix, I want to be able to help you along your journey, because nothing feels better than getting a car that's fixed and getting a project complete. So again, this is the Sinister Diesel Coolant Filter, and the issue that cameraman Will here had was, number one, here are the coolant lines. He actually had to crack these off with an impact because these things were on here so tight. So be warned about that. But from what I understand, these little hoses here plug in, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna run this part through the vehicle and attach this to the frame. So if you come here and look, get on my creeper, what Sinister sells you is this bracket, and bracket here attaches where this sensor, oh sorry about that, where this sensor attaches to the frame. So the issue that they had is that the coolant lines on this little removable filter doohickey weren't long enough to reach this. So what he found is that, oh, we got a Harley man. I don't think we can actually use that. That might be copyrighted music. I don't know the rules, but we'll see. Maybe we won't be able to hear it in post. I don't know. I don't know the rules for copyright either. It really is difficult. But this one attaches. Where, Will? Where does this one attach?
So this bracket is meant supposedly for the 5.9, where the other one's the 6.7. But we found out that since this truck is a 3rd gen, this attaches over the frame rail with a long bolt. And even though the Sinister Diesel kit says this only fits to a 2007.5, we found that as long as you have a 3rd gen, you can use this bracket to get the coolant filter more out of the way from hitting stuff, and then it also gives us some extra length for the lines so that then we can feed them in a way that doesn't have them hit the turbo or the exhaust.
So you just kind of fashion it up in here.
Yep, you just scoop it over. You got to lift that line up there. So there's a power line with a little nipple that's on the top. It's only in the 6.7, so you got to pop that line off. And then We're gonna zip tie it somewhere else, and then we'll put this bracket on.
Oh, okay, okay. So, if you take a look under here, you see on the bracket, you've got this little ovular fella. I don't know if you can see on the camera. I think you can. We'll call it good. And if you look under the frame, you got this little ovular fella. So we've got a long bolt that goes through here all the way to the top of the frame, and that's how you mount this type of bracket. So first you got to pop off this little guy, which is part of the body harness that goes to the coolant little sensor guy. Then you finagle this up here. Sometimes it's minimal, sometimes it's easy. This is not one of those times. Gotta get further under here maybe. Haha! And cameraman Will actually already tried to do this and skinned his finger, so be careful for that, all right? You don't want to get injured, and just wear minimal PPE, all right? You don't have to go crazy, but just a little bit of gloves, they could really kind of save your day. So perfect, you can feel that it's secured on that little ovular hole there. So now when we grab our long bolt, we can stick it right in here. That'll be ready for us to put our Sinister filter bracket on, or whatever the blue thing's called. This is the bracket. Will here mostly works in metric, so here's a long bolt, and this is an 18, and it fits good enough. You don't need a crazy amount of torque on this thing to hold it down. It's not, you know, handling massive pressures. So let's see how we can get this long bolt on there. Oh wow.
Kind of challenging?
Yeah. I'm used to a much shorter bolt. Anybody can laugh at that? Well, we'll cut this part out. We'll just get it secured and then show how to put the bracket on. What I figured out here is if you feel around with the bolt and kind of push the bracket up, you can figure out how close you are to the hole. And just once you find it, you know it won't drop down on you, and it actually goes on really, really easy. Again, you can use an 18 millimeter. You're not going to strip the thing. Don't over torque it because, you know, you don't want to bend the frame.
Well, you're not going to bend the frame.
It's a joke. It's a joke for the people.
Okay, fine.
It's a joke for the people. But that's on there. That's on there enough. So
maybe
perfect.
A little tighter,
I thought that was going to take me 30 minutes. It took me about 2 minutes.
Maybe
just
a little tighter, a little quarter turn.
Oh, that's good.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
That's not coming off, man.
All right, fair enough. We got the bracket. We got one bracket. Now for this little doohickey.
Yeah, so now we're gonna put on the doohickey because I don't know the official name. Again, Sinister Diesel. Not sponsored video, non-sponsored video. Oh, interesting. So where do these lines feed?
So those lines feed up through the frame.
Should we feed them through the frame and then install this thing?
That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
But let's get a piece of cardboard to put down on the ground so we don't chip any of it or make it marred up.
Well,
like I've already done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think what we can do is just start to feed it a little bit.
Okay.
Just to get them out of the way. What do you think?
That's good. And then one thing to keep in mind just for viewers is the line that is shorter goes onto the upper bracket in the engine bay. So when you're having trouble figuring out, I just put the nipples on for the correct size so that when I'm up there I know which is which. But just keep that in mind.
Right, now that we don't have an airplane pulling off and a lawnmower mowing, what we realized is we have a little issue here. This line gets pinched because it goes against the frame and immediately tries to push it to a 90-degree angle. So what Sinister's done for us here is we can actually move this line over here, and we've got enough room to do so because we're saving all this room from the coolant sensor over here. So we're just going to move this over here so it's not pinched. This might work, but I wouldn't risk it. So this is how 5-minute projects turn into 35-minute projects, and we'll be lucky if we get it done in that time. But hopefully you can watch us make our mistakes so you don't make mistakes if you're interested in doing this. Allen key.
The Allen key is 5/16.
Okay. So if you take a look here, this is what I was trying to explain to you before. I don't think you can see it. Well,
Oh, yes.
this is a 5/16 And what we're gonna do is, oh, perfect. Again, swap the sides of the lines.
Do we know if this is gonna work? No.
No, but for you, the faithful viewers.
You're gonna need a wrench. No, you're gonna need a wrench.
No, I can do it with my hand. I would need a wrench.
17.
My hand can work. Welcome back. What we've done is we've swapped sides. You want to make sure that you actually remember to put the plug in on the other side. We almost forgot.
Yes, we did.
But you would find out real fast because coolant would come spewing out at you.
Just a lot of it.
And yeah, so swap there to there. Make sure you still have access to your bypass bit.
That's not pretty snug there, Travis?
No.
No,
That's
that's
because this is stuck in here and I was trying to get cute with it. It's just, you know, that's part of why you want to help people work on their cars.
You got the lock washers?
Yeah, they're both on there.
All right.
There, now we can get going. Yeah, but hopefully I can film more episodes of me helping other people work on their cars. Because I love helping other people. Because one, it makes you feel good. Two, you might learn a couple things. And it's nice to do stuff not for yourself.
Yeah. Plus, if you hit Travis's car, you're forced to have him work on your car. It's kind of just be careful.
No, that is the thing. If you see the Forester, hit it. I will help you fix your car. This is a guarantee.
All right, let's run the lines.
All right. All right. So where are you feeding these lines here?
All right, we're gonna try and get them. Yep, they're good. I just need this up here, and then we're gonna run it on the other side of the rail because I don't want it near the exhaust. But I also got to be careful because you got the control arm up here.
Yeah, for those of you, someone might not know, exhaust, especially with a turbocharged engine like this here, Cummins, it's very hot. All right, very hot. It's some say it's forged from the fires of hell.
Grab it.
So this job might be done better with two people, because you need a friend to pull the hose up through the body. All right, where is it?
Think that too?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Oh. So, because the turbo is down here, I'm actually going to route it behind the dryer, now that we have this extra.
What we've done here is we've brought them up, made sure they're not touching the turbo, made sure you're not touching no exhaust now, and we're going to attach it here and here.
I have to rerun one because it is caught on the ABS line.
Yeah, you don't want to block the ABS line. You need ABS, Will.
Yeah, yeah, ABS is important. ABS is very important.
Dang it. All right, well, back to adjusting. We're adjusting these lines to make sure that they're not blocking anything important or too close to the heat. That's one thing to watch out with this kit.
We're just priming the water filter with some coolant. And the reason for this is because we don't want to put any air bubbles in the coolant system, even though it's mostly may be able to self-bleed. We're just trying to help it along.
I'll probably put one of those clips of that Finding Nemo character. Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Yeah, because I learned how to do that recently. I'm very proud of myself. My editing skills 4 weeks ago were 0. And now I estimate my editing skills to be around like a 2, maybe even a 3 on a scale of 100.
That good?
Yeah, it's almost there. It's like a crow over there or something. Yeah, we got a lot of noises going on. A lot of noises going on today. It's a beautiful Saturday. Everybody wants to be out. Wow, this thing holds a lot. just when you think it's gonna overflow.
There you go, now it's full. All right, let's go put it on the truck. Make sure you don't spill any.
Nope. Being able to keep something upright while you lay down is a talent.
All right, go for it, buddy.
Gotta use a Wix filter, all right? One of my motivations to even start filming stuff on YouTube is old Derek from Vice Grip Garage. He loves Wix. So, I love Wix too.
And now that that is on, we can put these to flow.
And you know that they're flowing because they line up with the line.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I just made it up. Sweet.
That's true.
That's the So, we finally have our hoses aligned here. Now, what we're gonna do is, this is a type of coolant pipe. I don't know. You want to brace it with your hand and turn the key.
Also, something to realize is, since this truck does not have an EGR cooler, it does not have the large EGR right here.
Where we were before is we had to take this out of here because you can't twist the hose and all that good stuff.
And that is a good wrench to use on that is a 12 mil, I believe, which is, I've got it out for Travis right here. And if we're at Travis, you need to retape it after you clean the old tape off.
I'm just making sure there's no burrs on here.
Yep.
There's nothing like that, because this is pretty delicate material, so you can actually kind of, you can mess it up real easy like. So we got our tape on here. We're putting the 90 degree into the, what I'm going to call the top port. That's the scientific phrase. Get this about as finger tight as you want, and then you can only use the finest of tools, Pittsburgh steel.
Put it right there, that's fine.
Yeah, that's about as tight as I would want it.
Yep.
You don't want to over torque these things because, again, this is not that strong, and this is a little bit delicate too.
Just be careful with putting tools on top of the battery. You don't want to short them out across the terminal.
I've done that before.
Yep. Okay. And then put that on. And yep. So bring it a little bit closer to me. Bring it a little bit closer to the nipple. Is it not going? Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't go anymore though. That's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a little bit different for the $1,000 garage. You know, I didn't know anything about a coolant system on was this 5.9?
6.7.
Ooh, he's got the 6.7. Yeah, I didn't know anything about 6.7 turbo diesels before I started this video, and now I know at least 3 things about the coolant system.
Yeah, they have 6 cylinders. We're doing good, guys. We're doing good.
We actually made a mistake. I had this little hose clamp too low, and we weren't really sure if it was even clamping what it needed to clamp.
Well, now let's check. So not too tight, because you're already cutting the line. Yep, good. So we'll come off. Very good.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Nice.
Yeah, and these line bits come out and they scare you.
Yeah, we got a little tight, but it's okay. So this.
You want it a little tighter?
Here, I think it's okay.
I think it's good.
Yep, it's not coming off. And it's so now since we have that extra slap with the engine moving, slack, not slap, we had the lines won't be taut, which is with the other kit, they were super tight, so we didn't have any room for that.
Were they taut? Real taut?
They were real taut.
Real taut.
Okay, so for this one, you're gonna you might need to be quick. Do you have the other nipple? How you doing?
This is a nipple. So Will's nervous. He thinks that once we get this loose, it's going to start leaking. Now, the way fluid dynamics work is if the hole is lower than where the fluid is, it's going to leak on you. If it's higher than where the fluid is, it ain't going to leak. So if you don't have any room for air, maybe drain a little bit of the fluid out.
Nah.
No, that's not what we're gonna do.
I would just start with this
We're
one.
just
The
gonna
idea is this fluid drains when you undo that cap, and then hopefully this one won't drain either. That's my theory.
The anticipation.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can see it.
No, it's all right. Bring it out. We gotta bring it out. All right, put it in. Put it in.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Put the other one in.
Well, see, you got
tape.
This is why you should be prepared before you do stuff like this.
So a little bit came out. I'm just sealing it. Now, as Travis does the tape. Go.
we spent some time looking for that because we forgot that.
We
Will
forgot.
put it back in there.
Yep. There you go, Travis. I would recommend using the box end of the wrench.
Wait, this end?
Yep. Just go over. No, it's not working.
It don't fit because you're using the wrong size, man. You're using metric on standard.
Is it actually? Yeah, it fits.
The other thing you could use on this if you wanted to get fancy is a line wrench.
Ooh, I have a line wrench.
I have a set of line wrenches too. We're bragging about our wrenches.
Yeah, we're not using them.
Exactly. You use what's closest, right? Everybody knows that. And honestly, I don't want to torque this too far, because I don't want this to literally fuse to your block. Because I'd call that good. We obviously looked up all the torque specs for this before we started. This
one is a UGA instead of a UGA.
Oof. One UGA.
That's perfect, Travis. I remember last time we went a little tight, so let's put that line on there.
Make sure it's not too taut.
I would actually run it on the other side of this.
I'm gonna run it on the other side of that.
Actually, no, keep it outside. I just realized because this all gets hot. So yeah, I would run it right there. Very good. Good. And then let's get that band lower down.
Not that low.
Not that low. There we go, perfect. Nice, you get the screwdriver.
So we were about to zip tie everything, make it nice and neat, but it was my idea to actually start the truck to see if it's gonna work. Looks like we got a job complete here. We went in and did some fancy zip tying. So we zip tied the coolant lines to this coolant line, and then also to a little body bracket back there to keep it nice and snug, because this diesel sure does like to move around when it's on. So hopefully if you bought this kit, this helps you figure out if this solution will work for you on your 6.7 3rd gen Cummins. And that's job complete.
Just gonna show. Yeah.